Hi everyone, welcome to the BoldSign API tutorial. In this video, I'll guide you through embedding the template link into your application using the iFrame with the BoldSign Python SDK. I'll cover how to generate a template link and integrate it using an iFrame. I'll also show you how to customize the toolbar. Let's get started. First, make sure you have the BoldSign Python SDK installed. You can install it using pip with the command pip install BoldSign. Since I've already installed it, I'll confirm by running pip show BoldSign. As you can see, the package has been installed and is ready to go. To generate a template link, I navigate to the developer documentation on creating the embed template link and find the list of properties and their descriptions, along with code snippets in various programming languages. As I'm using Python, I copy the code snippets and paste them into my new Python file. Next, I update the code. In the API client, I set the API key to connect with BoldSign services. If you haven't created your API key yet, you can do so from the BoldSign web app. The template client object is used to create template links similar to a regular template, but with extra properties for customization, which I'll show later. Then, I define the recipient role as manager for the template. I then move to the template creation setup using the embedded create template request object. This is the main request object, where I define all the necessary properties for generating the URL, including setting the template title and document title. Next, the View option configures the initial page that loads from the generated URL. You can set this to the filling page or the prepare page. The filling page is used to customize roles, enforce authentication, and more, while the prepare page configures form fields for the roles. I set the View option to prepare page. Since I've already defined the document and role, there's no need for users to upload files. This ensures that when I open the link to be embedded, I land directly on the prepare page, where I can configure form fields for the assigned roles. Next, I display the toolbar by setting the show toolbar property to true, which is hidden by default. When enabling the toolbar, its buttons such as navigation, save, preview, and create will be enabled automatically. You can also hide buttons by setting the appropriate property to false. Since the View option is set to prepare page, I am disabling the navigation button from the toolbar because the document and role are already predefined. Users only need to configure the form fields on the prepare page, preventing unnecessary navigation back and forth during the template setup process. If you want to display tooltips on the prepare page, enable this property. Next, I need to add a document to the template, in this case, a non-disclosure agreement. Finally, I pass this template request object to the create embedded template URL API to generate a template URL. I then print the template URL returned and run the sample. The response includes a template URL, which I'll embed within my application. When the template creation process is completed using the embedded link, the final template will be created. Until then, it will remain a draft. I copy the URL and paste it into the browser, where the prepare page is rendered directly, as I've set the View option to prepare page. On this page, I can configure form fields right away. You'll notice that the navigation button is hidden as I disable it in our code configuration. Next, I will show you how to embed this link in an iFrame. You can integrate the link in your preferred way, such as a pop-up window, a new window, etc. I navigate to the developer documentation and find sample code snippets for embedding the template link in an iFrame. These client-side triggers control the embedded template page loaded within the iFrame. The template link also triggers these client-side events in your application, which I will demonstrate. I'll copy the code for creating the iFrame and paste it into my HTML. I set the generated URL as the source attribute of the iFrame and run the sample. The prepare page is rendered within the iFrame. Next, to customize the toolbar and its button actions using client-side triggers and handle client-side events, first I navigate to my Python script and set the show toolbar property to false to hide the toolbar. I then enable the toolbar buttons such as preview, save, and create. I run the sample and copy the generated URL, set it to the source attribute in the iFrame. To bring back key actions in a more customized way, I copy the code snippets from the developer documentation on custom toolbar buttons and paste them into my HTML. Then I copy the scripts for the button actions and paste them in my HTML. Next, I copy the code for handling the client-side events and paste it under the script tag. In the onCreateSuccess event, I add an alert with a message. I run the sample. See, the sample is rendered with custom toolbar buttons. I then add the signature form field. I can preview the template by clicking the Preview button, exit by clicking the Exit Preview option, and click Save to save the changes. Lastly, when I click the Create Template, a template is created successfully and the alert message is displayed. That's how a template URL is embedded, allowing users to create templates within the application. If you found this video helpful, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to our channel for more BoldSign API tutorials.